So you want to have a great garden, right? But you're tired of all the backbreaking digging and the endless weeding. You've probably heard about no-till gardening, but there's always that one big question. How much mulch do you actually need to pull it off? Well, today, we're going to get you that answer.
Here's what we've got on tap. We'll start with why no-till is such a game changer. Then we'll get into why mulch is the secret sauce. After that, we hit the main event, the magic numbers, exactly how deep your mulch should be. We'll also peek at a few different methods, some common mistakes you'll want to avoid, and then wrap it all up with your very first step to get started.
You know, for as long as I can remember, we've all been taught that a good garden starts with turning over the soil, right? But what if all that work is actually messing up the one thing we're trying to help?
I mean, come on, we've all been there. You spend a whole weekend digging a new bed, your back is aching, and 2 weeks later, it's just a sea of weeds again. It's exhausting, and honestly, it can make you want to just give up.
And look, this isn't just you. People everywhere are dealing with this. This person on Reddit is basically asking the same question we all are. How do I stop fighting the same battle over and over again? It's a totally universal feeling.
In this quote right here, this just nails it. Think about a forest. Does anyone go in there and till the soil? No. Leaves fall, they break down, and they build this amazing, rich soil all by themselves. The whole idea of no-till is just, why don't we do that too? Why not copy this system that already works perfectly? Okay, so if we're going to hang up the shovel, what do we use instead? Well, the secret, the absolute key to making no-till gardening work is just one thing: mulch. This is how you start working with nature instead of constantly fighting it. So let's just make sure we're all on the same page. No-till gardening is exactly what it sounds like. We stop digging. We leave the soil alone, and instead, we just add layers of good stuff, organic matter, mulch, right on top. We're building soil from the top down, not churning it up from the bottom.
And here's why mulch is so incredible. It's not just doing one job, it's doing like 5 jobs at once. It's a blanket that keeps the soil from getting too hot or too cold. It's a sponge that holds onto rainwater so you have to water way less. It's a barrier that literally smothers weeds before they see the sun. And best of all, it's a buffet for all the worms and microbes that are building amazing soil for you 24/7.
All right, this brings us to the big question, the reason you're here. We get that mulch is awesome, but how much do you actually need? Well, there isn't just one magic number. It really depends on what you're trying to do.
Okay, for most situations, this is your go-to number, 4 to 6 inches. Think of it as the just right depth. It's deep enough to block the sunlight so most weed seeds can't sprout. It's also thick enough to really hold in that moisture. If you go much thinner, weeds will just laugh and push right through. This is the perfect amount for topping off your existing garden beds or starting a new one on ground that's already in pretty good shape.
But what if you're trying to turn a patch of lawn into a garden bed without digging up all that sod? Well, you're gonna need more firepower. That's where the famous Ruth Stout method comes in. She said to start with a whopping 8 inches of hay or straw. Why so much? Because at this depth, you're not just mulching, you're smothering. That thick layer blocks out all the light, killing the grass underneath and turning it into compost, creating a brand new garden bed for you. 0 digging required.
Now for the final boss, those super stubborn perennial weeds. You know the ones, the thistles, the bindweed, the ones that seem to come back no matter what you do. For those, you gotta bring out the heavy artillery. We're talking 12 inches or even more of a dense mulch, like wood chips. The goal here is total annihilation through light deprivation. You are literally starving those deep roots until they give up. It might take a season, but it's a long-term fix without touching a single chemical.
So those numbers, 4 inches, 8 inches, 12 inches, they all fit into these well-known no-till recipes. Different gardeners have come up with different systems, and each one has its own specific approach. Let's break down a few of the big ones. You've got sheet mulching, which uses cardboard and about 4 inches of wood chips, perfect for killing a lawn. There's the Ruth Stout method we just talked about, with its deep 8 inches of hay for a super simple, lazy garden. The Back to Eden style tries to copy a forest floor with layers of compost and wood chips. And then you have a method from the University of Saskatchewan which focuses on pure soil science and sticks to that simple 4 to 6 inches of wood chips for long-term health. See? Different recipes for different goals. Now, it's not always a walk in the park. Once you dive into the world of no-till, you're going to find some conflicting advice and a few common mistakes people make. So let's clear the air on a couple of things. Oh yeah, the great cardboard debate. This is probably one of the biggest arguments in the no-till community.
Is it a miracle tool, or is it actually bad for your soil? Well, it's kind of both.
So here's the deal. On the pro side, cardboard is amazing for one specific job: starting a brand new bed over grass. It's a fantastic chemical-free way to smother everything. But on the anti-side, some soil experts worry that if you keep adding it, it can mat down and block the flow of air and water to the soil below. So here's the simple takeaway. It's a great tool for a one-time setup, but maybe don't make it a regular addition to your already established gardens.
And really quick, not all mulch is good mulch. Here are a few to be careful with. Hay often comes loaded with weed seeds. Straw is a much safer bet. Fresh sawdust can actually suck nitrogen out of your soil for a bit. Dyed wood chips? Just why add chemicals? And the two biggest no-nos, gravel, which basically bakes your soil in the sun, and landscape fabric. It seems like a good idea, but it just gets clogged and ends up preventing all that good organic matter from ever reaching your soil.
Okay, feeling inspired? Ready to put down the shovel for good? Let's walk through the exact steps to get that first layer of mulch down the right way. It's really just 5 simple steps. 1. Get rid of any big weeds you have now. 2, and this one's super important, water the ground really well. You want to lock that moisture in. 3, if you've got some compost, throw down a thin layer for an extra boost. 4, now you spread your mulch to that beautiful 4 to 6 inch depth. And 5, here's the pro move, make sure you pull the mulch away from the stems of your plants. Leave a little donut hole of space around them. That prevents rot and keeps your plants happy. And that's it, you're officially a no-till gardener.
So we'll leave you with this idea to chew on. This whole no-till thing, it kind of flips decades of gardening advice on its head. It suggests that maybe, just maybe, by doing less, by not digging, by letting nature do its thing, we can actually build healthier, more vibrant gardens. What if the best thing we can do for the ground beneath our feet is to just let it be?